Welcome back to Pick of the Week, where we break down the state of the winter awards races. I'm Danielle Turchiano.
And I'm Michael Schneider, and today we're going to dive into the dramatic actor and actress nominees for the 77th Annual Golden Globes. Let's start off with my obsession, Succession.
Yep.
And a little bummed that Jeremy Strong did not make it, but Brian Cox is excellent, of course, as the family patriarch on that show. But of course, he's not the only nominee.
Kit Harington seeing his first time nomination for Game of Thrones, and it's the final season, and he's the only one from Game of Thrones to see recognition this year. So I find that pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then there's Rami Malek from Mr. Robot, and he was somebody that the HFPA honored with nominations twice before.
They love Rami Malek, and obviously voters across the board do, since he won the Oscar last year. A couple of newbies here, Tobias Menzies from The Crown. The Crown, of course, a show that the HFPA adores.
And then Billy Porter from Pose, coming off of a historic Emmy nomination and win, and now back in the Golden Globes race. And he, had a really strong second season. We jumped in time, and his character had a lot more of the struggles of what an HIV diagnosis looked like in 1980s, 1990s.
Yeah.
And so I want to jump right in and say Billy is my pick this time around. He's both the light and the dark of the show in a lot of ways, not the dark of the evil, but the dark of the sadness. A lot of times there's a lot of drama around what he's going through, but he always finds a way to make it aspirational.
Yeah, and as playing Pray Tell, he's also a little bit of the comic relief of the show. He's the talent of the show, his singing.
The force of evil planned.
Just a reminder of just how multi-talented this gentleman is, and is finally getting his due. And let's face it, we just want to see what he's going to wear at the Golden Globes, what the hat's going to look like, what the outfit's going to look like. So
kind of raising the bar for everybody, I think, in that sense as well. So is he your pick as well?
He's my pick as well. So we're in tune here. So now let's move on to the actress category in drama. And kick things off. The morning show, of course.
Yeah, two nominees for the morning show with Jennifer Aniston and Reese Witherspoon, both lead actresses. And both, it was a real cat and mouse in the sense of their characters all season long, roller coaster of whether they were allies or whether they were opposition. And just such emotional, often guttural performances from both of them.
Yeah, and from a campaigning standpoint, they've been doing everything right. I think we've seen them numerous times at different events, so they're contenders. But then also, again, The Crown, Olivia Colman. Who doesn't love Olivia Colman? And I feel like she virtually wins every award that she's nominated for these days.
Yeah, last year coming off The Favorite, obviously, no pun intended, a favorite of the HFPA, and now back on the small screen side of the ballot. The Crown itself was such a beloved show by this organization, and having her in the show, in this role, just, I think, gives her front-runner status right now.
Yeah, and then you have the surprise Emmy winner from this past year, Jodie Comer from Killing Eve, who is also nominated. Interestingly, her co-star, Sandra Oh, who won last year, not nominated.
Right. It was a big snub. I am glad to see one of them cracked in the race.
Yeah.
Maybe they two of them together split the vote this time around. It's a little hard to know. And then, of course, Nicole Kidman, who she's in the drama race for Big Little Lies for the first time after having won the limited series TV movie actress Golden Globe 2 years ago, simply because that show at the time didn't know it was coming back.
Yeah.
And so, she's one to definitely watch. And I think because of all of these beloved performers, big name performers in this category, it makes it kind of hard for the pick of the week. I'm going to be honest.
Think about it, because you've got Nicole Kidman and Reese Witherspoon, who are Big Little Lies co-stars. And you've got Jennifer Aniston. So you could have those three kind of knocking each other out to some degree. So I will go with Olivia Colman.
Okay.
Because again, you don't vote against Olivia Colman. You don't vote against The Crown. You put those two together, and it just feels like that's HFPA, that's easy money for them. So
I feel like you're setting me up a little bit, because I am going to go against Olivia. No disrespect to Olivia. I think she was fantastic.
She's royalty, that's okay.
Right, but my pick this time is for Jodie Comer. I know she just won the Emmy, and I know that oftentimes the HFPA doesn't like to follow a trend, but I just thought she transformed that character in the second season. There was so much vulnerability, so much nuance, and it just took the show to a place that I didn't know it was going.
Anytime we can resurface that beautiful cover that we did at Variety, let's do it. So I wouldn't be mad with Jodie Comer as well.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for joining us for Pick of the Week. For of-the-minute entertainment breaking news and awards breakdowns, make sure to visit Variety.com. I'm Danielle Turchiano.
And I'm Michael Schneider, and we'll see you again next time.